Hi guys, welcome to Insanity. I have a very cool beginner level card trick for you guys, and I'm gonna tell you the tutorial. I'm gonna show you exactly how it is done, and with a deck of normal playing cards, you'll be able to perform it today. So to start off with, we'll show the spectators the cards that there's nothing wrong with the deck. The deck is completely normal, all the cards are different. And the best part about this card trick, guys, is that the spectator can handle the cards, the spectator can shuffle the cards. So let's suppose we pass the cards to someone to shuffle it, and they give the cards a couple of shuffles. So let's shuffle it a bit more. Okay, so let's assume they shuffle the cards, give it back to us. Now at this point, we will ask the spectator to pick a card. This is a completely free choice, and they can pick whatever card they want. And what I'm going to do differently here, guys, is that I'm not going to look at whatever card has been selected, and later I will show you how, with a different angle, how it's done. So basically, let's assume that the spectator selected this card. I am not going to look at it. I'm just going to show it to the camera. So let's assume they picked this particular card. I have no idea what this card is, and the spectator can see the card. It's their choice whether they want to show it to other people or just keep the card with themselves. So we're going to do an overhand shuffle and ask the spectator to say stop at any point. Let's assume they say stop right there, and that's where they will put the card back in. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to continue shuffling the deck to completely lose the card without having any idea where the card is. So after the card has been lost completely in the deck, we're going to give the cards a couple more shuffles. So now that the card has been lost and there are no breaks, there are no funny string techniques going on here, what we'll ask the spectator to do is we can obviously ask them if they want more shuffles. We can go ahead and shuffle the cards as much as they want. And now, what we're going to do is we're going to test the power of the spectator to figure out where the card is. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to riffle the deck and ask the spectator to say stop wherever they want. So it's a completely free choice. Yet again, the spectators can say stop right there at the top, at the bottom, at the middle. It doesn't really matter. So it all depends on where they feel their card is. So let's suppose that the spectator says stop right there. So at that point, they say stop. They said stop right there, right? But the funny thing is that they could have stopped anywhere in the deck, like I explained earlier, but they stopped exactly at the card that they chose in the beginning, the 3 of clubs. So guys, I hope you liked the trick. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna change the angle in a different way and show you exactly how this trick is done so that you can learn it very quickly and start performing it. Hi guys, now it's time for the tutorial, and I will show you exactly how that trick was done. So you can start off by completely shuffling the deck. It doesn't matter, it has to be a fully shuffled deck of cards. And there is nothing funny going on with the deck. All the cards are different. There are no breaks, there are no crimps. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the deck. So it's a completely new deck of cards. So what you do here to start off with is you can pass the deck over to the spectator, and the spectator can shuffle the cards as many times as they want. So it's a completely free choice, and there are no breaks, no forces, nothing of that sorts. So what's going to happen is after they've shuffled the deck, we ask them to select a card. So let's suppose they selected this card, and it's a completely free choice. Oh wow. The Ace of Spades is a completely free choice, and there are absolutely no forces. So what you're going to do now is they have this card. You don't have to see it. They don't have to show it to you. They don't have to show it to anybody else, but they can show it to their friends if they want. So what's going to happen now, guys, is that to make this trick successful, there is just one move that you have to do. Well, actually 2 moves, but what you have to do here is you have to control the card to the top of the deck. So there are multiple ways to do that, right? You can ask them to put the card anywhere in the center and then get it to the top of the deck. The easiest way for me and what I like to do is do an overhand shuffle and ask them to say stop anywhere they want. So this is the easiest way for me. Maybe you have some other way that you like for yourself to get the card on the top. So what's going to happen is, let's assume this is stop there. They place their card right here, and this camera angle, because of this camera angle, you'll be able to see how this trick is done. So after they've put their card wherever they said stop, you are going to continue shuffling and control the card to the top. So what I do is I outjog the first card that I put on top of their selection towards me and sloppily continue shuffling the rest of the cards to hide exactly what I've done. So I'm going to show you a different angle as well to see what I've done. So because of this, as you can see, that card, outjogged card, is placed over their selection. So very easily I can reach out to their selection and just cut it to the top. So once you've done this, don't square up the deck. Just reach out at the bottom, push up on the card that you outjogged, and the outjog basically can be according to your experience. So I did a little more outjog at this time, but you can pretty much do a little bit and get away with it and reach the exact point. So just to show you guys, I made the outjog a little more elaborate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cards quickly and put it over the deck. So if you're going to do it quick, like in a fast motion, it's going to look like this. So you take the card, shuffle, 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 and you have to be sloppy so that they don't see the outjog card. And you're just going to take the bottom pile and put it on the top and square up the deck. Now what this has done is this has brought their card, their selection, on the top of the deck. Now you can continue shuffling as much as you want. You can do riffle shuffles, you can do a couple of cuts, and with all of these movements you just have to ensure that their card remains on the top. So the best way to do it is through a riffle shuffle, because that's the most convincing shuffle, and their card remains at the top of the deck. So now what you're going to do is you're going to ask them, you're going to tell them that they are going to tell you where their card has been placed, because it's completely lost in the deck. You can play around with the fact that you're going to test their intuition. You can play around with the fact that you're going to check how well they can do magic. So what you're going to do is you're going to riffle your thumb down on the side of the deck and ask them to say stop. So I'm just going to show you from another angle. You're just going to riffle through the deck, but how it's going to happen during a performance is you're going to do it in this way so that they can see the riffle, but it's not so exaggerated, because if you do a riffle like this when you're performing, they might be able to see the cards from that particular angle, right? So while you're riffling the deck, you ask them to say stop, right? So let's assume they said stop right there. What's going to happen at this point is you're going to use your hand to cover the entire motion. So you're going to take all these cards and place them on the side, but you're going to do it under the cover of your right hand. And at the same time, your left hand will be pushing down on the top card. So when all of this happens, I'm going to show you a real slow motion of it and in a very exposed angle. So when you pull out the rest of the cards, the top card is going to stay exactly where it is, because you're pushing the card down with your other fingers. So what this did was it let their card be at the point where they said stop. So let me show you that again. So let's assume they said stop right there. You're going to come up, pull the cards out, putting pressure on the top card, and the top card's going to stay there, and the rest of the cards you're going to put down. Now this is going to happen in a very fast manner, and in a covered position, so that they don't see exactly what happened. So they said stop right there. Sorry about that. So let's assume they said stop right there. So you're going to pull out the cards, cover this with your right hand, and put the rest of the deck down. So what this did was they cut exactly to their own card, and you can play it along with telling them that wow, their intuition is so good, and they cut exactly to their own card. So guys, I hope you like this trick. You can start performing it today. Just work on your angles a little bit while performing and while practicing. And if you like the trick, please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time.